So your energy, person 26, was intense in a really good way. As soon as I went into my process, I could feel how strong the energy was. So I attribute this to you and already being maybe connected into a part of your divinity in your own process. And so basically, the first encounter switch I got, and you played with my process a lot. You changed a lot of things within my process, which also leads me to believe that you're somebody who practices a lot by yourself. So, in my heart center, when I was greeted by my inner child, instructed me to look up, and the stars that we were looking at totally transformed and did something different that it typically doesn't do. And there were these 5 pillars of light that came down from the stars and in my heart center and surrounded me, and basically drew this like pentagram around me. And so I was basically in this energy of this pentagram, and I was getting elements too. So the elemental kind of pentagram. Then I became immersed in the energy of that, and after I got that message, then returned back down, went to find the door to my sacred space in my heart, started moving into that area, and as I did that, I started, instead of going to my typical area where I draw down the healing frequencies, basically conjuring is what came to my mind. So I'm starting to get that there's some kind, I feel maybe you're a Wiccan, or maybe there's some kind of practice within like a paganistic kind of practice that maybe you are already associated with. And so I started conjuring the energies from the floor of the sacred space of the heart, and started swirling up around me the reds, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and lilac colors of the chakras. And so as this happened, then you patiently waited for me to move into the Akashic record. And so then I got basically used this conjured energy to draw me into the rainbow. And as I immerse myself into the rainbow energy, I then keep with this conjuring. I'm standing on the rainbow, and above, my palms are face up, and above the palms of my hands I have these 2 orbs of basically rainbow light in each hand, and I'm walking and I'm moving towards the kind of portal that's going to take me to the next part of the Akashic energy, and I'm just slowly walking, and I honestly feel like I'm a practiced sorcerer here. And so I'm walking, and I move through this this doorway, and as I do, I move through 5 doorways, and then I move out into the universe, and I see these doorways position themselves at my head, my left hand, my right hand, my left foot, my right foot. And again, I get this drawn kind of pentagram, the star with the circle around it, and I start to see in each door there's, the fire, the wind, the water, the earth, and the ether, and they start to harmonize around me. So I'm really getting now, if you're not practicing the paganistic arts, then I would be really surprised, because it was so strong and so just, this is the only thing they were leading me to. So I would honestly have to say you're probably practicing this. And if you're not, I would be so surprised. And if you're not, go grab the book, To Ride a Silver Broomstick. And I'm sure everything in there is going to resonate and feel very familiar to you. But so after that, I then get pulled down into a tube, and basically the tube for me is just hiring my frequency and taking me to the next phase of this journey. So I kind of ride the tube and allow my frequency to adjust, and then I'm spit out and I'm flying in the air, and I feel the air move through me, and then I move through the fire, and then I move through the water, and I turn into a tree and move through the earth energy. And then as soon as I'm supposed to enter the ether energy, or the universal energy, like the starlight, the light energy, it's like I have fear. I'm very, there's like a timidness about me. It's almost like it's a pool of energy and I want to stick my big toe in to test it, but I get scared and I pull back. And so I'm now being guided to believe that there has been something that has scared you to move into this energy completely. And in your pentagram, or in these 5 points, it's imbalanced and it's not fully connecting, because this part of your process, there's some kind of fear or unknown that you haven't moved into yet to connect you fully into all of the elements. So then as that happens, I move down and am greeted by the doorway, big black doorway that represents the beginning of your Akashic record. So as I move in, again, it's like another elevator. I move into this tube and I get sucked up, and I'm moving straight up into the atmosphere. And as I go into the atmosphere, I actually get propelled into this it's almost like a hamster tube. It's a clear donut-shaped tube that you would see a hamster run around. And it's like there's no doors, no windows, nothing. I'm like trapped in this clear, translucent tube, and I have to run around in this circle. And I'm staring at all of the stars. I'm like in the universe, just seeing all these beautiful stars. It's blackness and stars. I'm seeing all of this, but it's like this endless searching, and I can't figure out how to get what I need, or I'm lost in a way, or I'm just running this rat race, right? Like not really knowing what's going on. And so I take this as maybe this is the next step, or you've tried to bring in the ether element energy into your practice, but you haven't been able to connect there. You don't know how. And so then as that happened, then your Akashic records basically just became all these translucent walls that we could see still the ether in the universe. So basically it was just, I knew there was a room around us, but it was like basically like we were in the universe. And so I called out to your higher self and asked, what was for the highest good for you to know at this moment in time. And your higher self tells me that basically you're destined to be a guardian of the earth. I'm sure if you are practiced in this, you know that there are big earth changes as we all higher our frequency and we are raising our vibration as the vibration of the earth shifts, which it is going through a big shift right now, or has been for a very long time, but very predominant right now. There are going to be major earth changes, and so the stability and the grounding of the earth is very important at this point in time. And so I feel like you're one of those guardians that's going to be helping to either help people, but I feel like you're more connected to the earth and the elements. So I feel like you're going to be helping to ground the energies actually for the earth. So basically what they were telling me is that you have to connect into the ether energy, which the ether energy is actually connecting into the extraterrestrials and the guardians of the earth, who will be taking over and helping to adjust when the earth goes through its changes. So basically this is the component of you that is yet undeveloped. And so they said that you have to start to open yourself to receive the guidance of these beings, to understand and receive the messages of the earth shifts and the changes, so that you can be that kind of liaison or conduit in between the knowledge that they have about the earth and the changes that are going to be happening, and be able to implement that and help to stabilize the earth and where you are now. So basically what they showed me was a practice in which you need to do to start to open yourself up to receive this energy. And so I saw you sitting and going into meditation. And I saw almost, I don't know if you're laying down, because I saw like your hands outstretched and your feet outstretched. So your body was going to be the pentagram. Your head was going to be the ether. And so that's your left hand would be water, your left hand would be water, your left foot would be air, your right foot would be fire, your right hand would be earth, and your head is going to be the ether. And so I saw you conjuring and bringing awareness and bringing the subtle energies of the elements into your practice using your breath work, and then just focusing on each of those points of your body and calling on the elements. So left hand calling on water and waiting until you feel the connection to the water, and then left foot calling on the air, air and waiting till you feel that that component is secured. And then again, right foot would be fire and calling that until that's a part of you. And then right hand would be earth, and so calling upon that until you feel connected there. And then once all those are connected and stabilized, you're going to hold that energy, and then basically your head, you're going to open up into the ether. And so your head, then I see, become this like tube, this channel that connects all the way up into the stars, up into the ether. And as you stretch higher and higher, you're going to call out to the guardians of the earth to come down and to work with you. And so I would call out to the highest, most loving guardians of the earth to come down and help to teach you and educate you and attune you to the vibration of the earth. And so just keep repeating that mantra, and as you repeat it, open yourself higher and higher and raise your tube, your vessel, your white kind of channel that is the head, move it all the way up as far as you can into the stars. And just, that's all you need to do, is just keep repeating that mantra and reach further and further and further. And I feel like for a while, or for the first few times that you do this, basically those energies are just going to be attuning you to be able to receive and feel and basically astral project and move into the higher vibration, that you can connect and listen and talk and receive information about the earth changes. But so for the very beginning, as you do this, you might even fall asleep so that they can attune you to the frequency and attune your channel better to receive their direct guidance. But then I feel like you're going to actually start leaving your body and taking travels to understand what's going to be needed in the earth energy. And so this is a really big order to fill, and you're going to be somebody who helps to ground the earth energy, and this is a really important and amazing order. So I congratulate you and say thank you for all you're going to do and have done, and with light and love.